Assalamu alaikum everybody. I hope you guys are fine and that you have been following the YouTube videos and learning a lot from them. Today we are going to talk about paragraph writing. So before we move on to our today's video, I would like to give you a quick recap of what have we covered so far as the writing is concerned. So we started with the first video by Sir Farhan where he spoke about writing as a process, and then you would have watched different videos by me on pre-writing techniques that included free writing, focused free writing, mind mapping, and brainstorming. So after our pre-writing techniques, I also talked about how all those details or how all those ideas that have been generated on particular topic can be organized into an effective outline. So we have covered writing as a process, we have covered pre-writing techniques, and we have also covered outlining. Now, dear students, is the time to write your first draft. So how does a paragraph look like? I'm sure you would have seen many paragraphs in your books, in different newspapers, in articles, in your daily life. I'm sure you have seen so many paragraphs. You have also written many paragraphs, and when you come to the writing center at Sakhar IBA, there also you work on different paragraphs. And not to forget, most of you have already covered paragraph writing in your classes, right? So how does a paragraph look like? I'm sure you know that a paragraph has an introduction, it has a body, and it has conclusion. Isn't that right? Yes. So what is the introduction of a paragraph? It is the topic sentence. What is the body? It's the supporting details that we have. And what is the conclusion? That is usually the last sentence of your paragraph, which is also called concluding sentence. So in today's video, we are going to talk about all these parts of a paragraph. We are going to see what these are. We are going to see how do we write these, and then we're also going to have a look at a complete paragraph, and I'm going to talk about how these three things join together to make a good paragraph. Let's start. So what is a topic sentence? The topic sentence is the core sentence in a paragraph, which means it is the main sentence in the paragraph. It presents the main idea of your paragraph. So, dear students, in a paragraph, there has to be one sentence which very clearly gives away the main idea of that paragraph. That is the sentence which actually tells the readers what the paragraph is about. So, if you are writing a paragraph about sunshine, there has to be a sentence that tells the readers that we are writing about sunshine. Then, if you're writing about a book, or if you're writing about your hobby, or if you're writing about your favorite place, or you're writing about your favorite person, anything, any idea, any person, any place, if you're writing about any one idea, there has to be one core sentence that right away gives this idea to your readers. Okay, that sentence is called topic sentence of the paragraph. So again, topic sentence is the main sentence. It is the core sentence in a paragraph which gives away the main idea. But let me remind you here that a topic sentence is not just about the main idea. It is also about the author's claim about that topic. What is an author's claim? Who is the author of this paragraph? Well, you are. I am. When I write the paragraph, I'm the author. When you write the paragraph, you are the author. If somebody else writes it, he or she is the author. Isn't that right? So, when a person is writing a paragraph, he has an idea in mind and he wants to write about it. Now, for example, I want to write about my favorite season, right? I would write one sentence that very clearly tells me that I am going to write about a season, and not just any season, but my favorite season. So what is my claim about that idea? That it is my favorite season, right? So, for example, if I want to write about reading, right? Now, there has to be a sentence in the paragraph which tells the reader that this paragraph is about reading, but not just anything about reading. What is my claim about reading? Reading is a very useful hobby. So what is my claim? That reading is useful, right? So a topic sentence is the main or a core sentence in a paragraph which gives away the main idea as well as author's claim about that topic. So let's have a look at how these topic sentences can be made. So this is the outline that I had already shared in my previous video in outlining. I have taken the same outline, and today we are going to sort of keep the same outline in this video and talk about how different parts of this outline will help us to make or to write our paragraph. How each part here will help you to create that very particular part in the paragraph. So what is our first part here? Topic sentence. And what is the topic sentence? It is the main idea plus author's claim about the main idea. Now, when I look at my outline, what is the topic sentence that I have written? Canada is one of the best countries in the world. Oh, here I see a typo, right? Canada is one of the best countries in the world. So Canada is one of the best countries in the world. What is the topic sentence? It is the main idea plus my claim about it. What is the main idea? That I'm going to write about Canada, isn't it? Yes. So what is the main idea? This paragraph is about Canada, but not just anything about Canada. What is the claim? That it is one of the best countries in the world. So now remember, when my topic sentence gives away my claim, all the details that will follow should be supporting this claim or this idea. Now, when I say Canada is one of the best countries in the world, all my paragraph or all the details in my paragraph should be supporting the idea that it is the best country in the world. Okay? It should not be anything irrelevant. It should not be anything opposite to this idea. So a topic sentence is the sentence, a core sentence in a paragraph that gives away the main idea along with the author's claim. So right now I'm showing you on the screen, you have an outline, and I'm telling you which part from this outline will help you to write your topic sentence. Okay? This is not the actual topic sentence. This is just that part in the outline that will help you make your topic sentence. First, we are going to cover the entire outline like this, and then at the end I will show you how this all together will make a good paragraph. So now, once you know topic sentence, let's move on to supporting details. Now, what are supporting details? As the name suggests, you can already guess what these are, right? So these supporting details, they come after the topic sentence. I think I have missed something here about the topic sentence. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence in your paragraph. Okay, at this stage I would suggest you to keep it as your first sentence, but once you have a good practice, then you can maybe start with an attention getter and then come to the topic sentence. But at this stage, when we are just starting our paragraph writing, I would suggest you to keep it as your first sentence in the paragraph writing. So your first sentence is your topic sentence. Now, after the topic sentence, you have supporting details. These are the details that come after topic sentence, and here you give details to develop and to support the main idea of the paragraph. Supporting details are an important part of the paragraph as they comprise the entire body, right? Remember the three parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. Supporting details are very crucial because the whole body part of the paragraph is made with these supporting details. Okay? These are the reasons or claims that you provide in order to support the idea given in the topic sentence. So what kind of reasons or claims will you give here? You will give certain supporting facts, you will give some details, you will give examples, etc. And all these are thoroughly explained. Okay? It is crucial to have relevant and adequate supporting details. Now, students, it's very important to remember then relevance of your supporting details is very important. Okay, this means, like I said earlier, that if your claim is that it is the best country, all your supporting details should be about the same idea. They should be relevant to the idea, right? You then have to give the details that will support what you're saying, not the opposite of it, right? And when we say adequate supporting details, we mean that we have enough supporting details. Okay. If you have not missed it, in my previous video I spoke about 131 rule, where I was telling you that you should have minimum 3 supporting details, minimum 3 major details, and then you will have certain minor details in all those major details. Okay, if you don't remember this, you can go back to my video of outlining and then catch up from there. So what are these supporting details? These are the major details and the minor details that are present in your outline. Let's have a look. So this part here in the square, major detail 1, excellent healthcare system, right? So when I say my topic sentence was Canada is one of the best countries, right? Now, what are my relevant details here? How am I going to prove that it is one of the best countries? I have to give some supporting detail. Okay, I cannot just sort of just say something in the air and I'm like, oh yeah, only because I'm saying it, Canada is the best country. Why? Because I'm saying it. Well, no, this can't be. You cannot convince your readers unless you give them enough examples or enough details. So you have to support what you're saying with actual facts and figures. So what is my first supporting detail here? My first major detail is excellent healthcare system. Okay, and what are my minor details? That there are medical services at reasonable prices and advanced medical technologies. What is my second supporting detail? High standard of education. Then I have minor details for it. How am I going to support my high standard of education point? I will talk about well-trained teachers. We'll talk about state-of-the-art facilities. I can also talk about students are encouraged to study at university, and because of this, what happens? Okay, and then my third major detail is there are beautiful cities in Canada. How are they beautiful? First minor detail is cleanliness. Second is well-managed infrastructure, and third is a lot of parks and residential spaces. Okay, so these are my supporting details for the claim that I have made in my topic sentence. Okay, I hope you guys are with me and that you're understanding what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. Oh yes, so there is one important thing in the supporting details that you should not miss. Okay, and that is use of transition words or phrases. What are these transition words or phrases? These are the words that help us navigate from one point to another. Okay, so remember, let's go back here. You have 3 major details, right? And for each major detail, you have smaller details as well. How do you ensure that you're not just jumping from one point to another without any connection? Okay, so in order to move smoothly from point 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, you need to use certain transition words or phrases. These are the words that help us they help you keep the details connected to each other, right? And also they help to keep a track of all the details that we have written in the outline. And how does that happen? When you actually use words like firstly, secondly, and thirdly, then you know that you have covered all 3 points. Isn't that right? So what are some examples for transition words? Firstly, initially, or starting with. Okay, you can use these words for your first major detail. Then when you come to your second detail, you can say secondly, or moreover, or furthermore, or words like and also, right? When you come to your third detail, you can say thirdly, or lastly, or finally, or conclusively. And there are many other transition words and phrases. There are many different transitional devices that are used not just for addition but also transition words for other purposes. So transition words or phrases, transitional devices in itself is a huge topic that I'm not going to cover right now, but I just wanted to give you a small intro of this. I just wanted you to know that how these transition words or phrases help us to write effectively, how they help us to keep all the details connected, and how they help us to navigate from one point to another smoothly. Okay, now coming to the last part of your paragraph, which is a concluding sentence. Now, what is the conclusion or concluding sentence? This is the last sentence of the paragraph, and as the name suggests, it restates or summarizes. Restates means states again. State means say, right? It sort of says or writes again. What does it say again? What does it it restates what you have already said earlier. It restates or summarizes. Summarizes means it gives a summary of the main idea of the paragraph, okay? And it also tries to have a lasting impact on the reader. Now, how do you write this concluding sentence? You restate the main idea of the paragraph using different words. We usually say that we paraphrase the topic sentence, okay? We sort of say everything that we have said earlier. We try and say it once again, but with a final touch, with a final note. And we don't use the same words that we have used earlier. We say the same thing but in different words, okay? So when you were saying that about, when you're talking about Canada and you're saying it is one of the best countries in the world, and you have given all these details to prove what you have already said, what you have already claimed in your topic sentence, you once again have to say the same thing, so that it's like tying the knot. It's like you have a gift, you have wrapped a gift very nicely, and then you take a ribbon and you make a nice pretty bow, right? You sort of give it a finishing touch. That's what concluding sentence does for us, okay? So a concluding sentence here, for example, would be, it's a desirable place to live, right? This is the part in the outline that will help you write your concluding sentence. Okay, so now when you have a look at this whole thing, now when you have a look at the whole outline, you see that you have all these three parts of a paragraph. You have already gathered all the ideas here in your outline. This is why outlines are very important, right? If you have your outlines ready, you know that you are now ready to move from your outline to the first draft. Okay, now let's have a look at your draft. So dear students, this is a color coded sample so that it's easy for you to understand all the parts that I have covered. Let me first tell you the codes. Your topic sentence is in red. Okay, let's see, how does your paragraph start? Canada is one of the best countries in the world. Okay, topic sentence, Canada is one of the best countries in the world, which means what is my main idea? That I'm going to write about Canada. Okay, and what is my claim? That it is one of the best countries in the world. Now, after my topic sentence, what should come? The body, right? And what comprises the body? The supporting details. And keeping in mind 131 rule, how many supporting details have I added here? 3. Right? As you can see, 3 different colors. So what is my first supporting detail? My first supporting detail is in purple color, which is, can you see the light blue color? These are my transition words. Okay, I have highlighted or I have color coded my transition words in blue, and I start with first of all, right? That's how I start my first point. So after my topic sentence, I start, first of all, Canada has a universal healthcare system which offers advanced medical technologies to diagnose and treat patients. It also ensures to provide these services at a significantly reasonable prices. I'm sorry, prices, it shouldn't be prices. If it's an it should be significantly reasonable price for everyone's ease, right? This allows Canadians to have access to medical services regardless of their income or geographical location in the country. Okay, this is where my first point or my first supporting detail ends, right? So my major detail was that it has a good healthcare system, and what are my minor details? That it reasonable prices, access, and advanced technologies, right? When you go back to your outline, you will see that these were the 3 points that we had to cover. Now, once you have completed your first supporting detail, you again use a transition word, which is secondly, right? So secondly, now here I'm going to start the second supporting detail, which was, yes, you're right, it was about education. So secondly, Canada has a high standard of education that is also publicly funded by all levels of government from kindergarten to secondary levels. That has resulted in state-of-the-art facilities with well-trained teachers and staff. Students are encouraged for higher education that has resulted in 99% national literacy rate. Okay, so I give my major detail, high standard of education, and I support that idea by giving different examples, right? So once my second detail is completed, I again use a transition word because I want to very smoothly move to my third point, and I say lastly. Okay, I start with first of all, I come to secondly, and now I'm talking lastly. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my third supporting detail, which is in orange. So let's read. It says, lastly, Canada's cities are clean and efficiently managed, with some of its cities ranked first and fourth in the Sierra Club's cleanest cities in the world. It also has an effective infrastructure with lots of public parks and residential spaces nicely distributed around the areas, right? So I say it's very clean, it's efficiently managed, and I'm also giving example of a list, Sierra Club's list, cleanest cities in the world list, and I say that some of its cities are also ranked over there, and then I talk about different public parks and residential spaces and how everything is very nicely infrastructured. Okay, so I provide my third support for the idea that Canada is one of the best countries in the world. Now, once I have given all three supporting details, what do I have to do now? Now I have to write one sentence that sort of summarizes the whole idea or the entire discussion that has already been done. And what is that sentence called? It's called the conclusion sentence, right? And here my concluding sentence is in dark green. And the sentence is, overall, Canada has a lot to offer with its healthcare system, education, and cities that makes it a desirable place to live. Right? Now I'm saying the same thing but in different words. Okay? So this is how you include your topic sentence. You start your paragraph with a topic sentence, then you give your details and write the body of the paragraph, and then you write your concluding sentence. Some important points for you, dear students. A paragraph contains single idea only. Okay, let's go back. This whole paragraph has one single idea. And what is that idea? That Canada is a very good place to live, right? It is one of the best countries to live in. That's the main idea. So a paragraph should always have single idea only. Now, some students ask us, ma'am, if it's only about one idea, then why do we have all these three different ideas? Why are we talking about healthcare? Why are we talking about standard of education? Why are we talking about cleanliness and how cities are beautiful and all this? These are all different ideas. Is that so? Well, my dear students, it's not like that. All these three major details that we have included here, they support that idea. They support that very single idea that you're writing your paragraph about. Okay, they are not new ideas or they are not any other ideas. These are only support or supporting details so that the idea that you are writing about can be proved by you, okay, or can be um, effectively written by you, or that you can persuade your readers so that they would agree with your point of view. Do you understand? These three things are not new ideas. These three things are only support. This whole paragraph is only about one idea. Okay? I hope that if there was any confusion in your mind, it has been cleared now. A paragraph contains single idea only, and that these three major details are the support that these three details support that idea. These are not new or other ideas at all. Now, what is a paragraph not? A paragraph is not broken into lines. Okay, sometimes our students, when they're writing first supporting detail, when they finish it, they would quickly press enter, or maybe they would go to the second line and then they would start their second supporting detail from there. Then once they finish that, they would again go to the next line and write their third detail. Then again they would leave one line and write the final sentence. That should not be the case. Okay, a single paragraph, a paragraph should be written in one go. It should be written in continuity. There should not be any kind of breaking of lines over here. Okay, all of it has to be written together. Also, a paragraph is not color coded. Okay, do not use different color ballpoints or different color markers or different colored any kind of highlights or any kind of colors. You don't need to do that. Okay, your paragraph should not be color coded. This example here is color coded because I wanted you to understand how different parts of a paragraph join together to make one effective paragraph or effective piece of writing. This is only for you to understand. When you write paragraphs, you don't need to use all these colors. Okay, and you don't need to use any highlighters. You don't need to use any kind of significant markings so that your readers would know that, oh, okay, so this is the topic sentence. This topic sentence ends here. Now another colored pen has been used, so this is the first detail. Now another color, so this is the second detail. No, you don't need to do that. Okay, this color coding is only for you to understand it. A paragraph is never color coded. Also, a paragraph is not, or any part of paragraph is not written in bold or in italics. You don't need to write anything in bold, or you don't need to write anything in italics so that we know that, oh, so this, my dear student, has now sort of switched from topic sentence to first detail, and now from first detail to second detail, from second to third detail, and now this is his last sentence. No, you don't need to show that to us. Okay, your words will talk to us. Your words, the way you write your ideas, the way you write your points, the way you write your supporting details, the way you use transition words, all of this will tell us how you have written your paragraph and how you have covered all the parts. Okay, you don't need to highlight anything, you don't need to color code it, you don't need to break it into lines. You get it? Well done. So, dear students, this is how it should look like. This is the same paragraph, and this is how it should look like. You really don't need to do anything extraordinary here. You have to write it all in one go. You don't have to color code anything. You don't have to break it. You don't have to highlight it. You don't have to write your transition words in bold. We can read it. We can understand from what you have written. You do not need to color code it. Okay, this is the same paragraph, and this is how it should look like. Canada is one of the best countries in the world. First of all, Canada has a universal healthcare system and all of that. And then you say, secondly, it has a high standard of education. And then you come to your last point where you say, lastly, Canada's cities are clean. And then after all the details, you end your paragraph on the sentence. Overall, Canada has a lot to offer with its healthcare system, education, and cities that makes it a desirable place to live. Okay, so my dear students, with this we come to an end of our today's video. I really hope that you have understood how your outline is important and how each part in your outline will help you write an effective paragraph. Okay, always keep writing, keep practicing, keep trying different pre-writing techniques, keep gathering ideas about different topics. And now is the time to move on from pre-writing to actual paragraph writing. Okay, so that's it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment, or if you have any questions, you can talk to us, you can write to us. Looking forward to your feedback. Thank you very much, everybody. Allah Hafiz.